It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another video for Season 9 of The Walking Dead. This is my episode predictions for Season 9, Episode 11, called Bounty. Now, if you're new here, the way we do our predictions is we take a look at the synopsis for the episode, and we look through the synopsis to see if it can give us any details or information about the episode. And also, we briefly discuss the sneak peeks and also the trailer of the next episode in order to predict what's going to happen in the next episode coming up. So with that said, let's start with the synopsis. The Savage group led by Alpha confronts the Hilltop in a harrowing attempt to retrieve her daughter. A supply run for the kingdom turns into a dangerous quest. So based on that synopsis and based on the trailers and the sneak peeks, I think this episode is primarily going to focus on two main communities or two storylines. The first community is Hilltop, and the storyline that we're going to get for the Hilltop is obviously Alpha, the leader of the Whisperers, as well as some other Whisperers, showing up at the Hilltop, bringing in Luke and Alden as prisoners and wanting to trade them for Lydia. For those of you that don't know, Lydia is actually Alpha's daughter. So the Savage group led by Alpha confronts the Hilltop in a harrowing attempt to retrieve her daughter. That part makes sense. Now the next part of the story I think is related to Kingdom, and we're gonna see some sort of supply run by the Kingdom, and I think this supply run is pretty much related to the fair that's going to be coming up. For those of you that don't know, in the comics, we have a fair coming up at this point in the story where we have all communities coming together as a sort of celebration or ceremony. The fair has definitely been teased multiple times in the TV show as well. But I think the Kingdom is going to go on a supply run that's going to be connected to the fair. They're going to try to get some supplies for the fair. Or who knows, maybe even scavenge the area nearby to see if they can use any of that for the fair. So let's say if they want to have certain events, they could have it take place in those areas instead of having everything happen at the Kingdom. That's probably not very realistic for them to do, but it could happen. You never know. So the next part of the synopsis that reads, a supply run for the Kingdom turns into a dangerous quest, connects to that story. Now, based on that, so we're going to see the Hilltop and the trade happen between Whisperers and the Hilltoppers. And then we're going to see the Kingdom go on a supply run. So I think the trade is definitely going to happen. Lydia will be given back to Alpha and exchanged for Luke and Alden. I think they're going to make it back to Hilltop and they're going to be alive and well. Now, after that point, when Alpha, Lydia, and the Whisperers leave, that's where things get a little interesting, and that's where we could get into some comic material. So I think, based on what they have teased already, we're gonna have Henry, who's already built this bond or connection with Lydia, wanting to stop the trade from happening. And I think Daryl is pretty much in favor of that decision to begin. After he finds out that Luke and Alden are hostages, he's not going to, think about that. He's just gonna let Lydia go. But then after that, I think either just Henry's going to sneak out to go after Alpha and the Whisperers to try to get Lydia back. Stupid decision, I know. But it's exactly what Carl did in the comics. And at this point, because Carl is not in the TV show, Henry will be replacing his storyline. At least when it comes to the Whisperers and Lydia. So I think either we're going to see Henry sneak out and go after them, or we're going to see Daryl do that. Or we could see a combination. We could see either both go willingly or one goes, for example, Henry, Daryl goes after him to try to get him back. But I think that's pretty much how that's going to go. Now, when it comes to the Kingdom, I don't know what to expect. So I think how that story is going to go is that the Kingdom will be able to get the supplies they're looking for, go on the supply run. But as the synopsis reads, it's going to be a dangerous quest, so I don't think it's going to be smooth sailing. There's going to be some challenges along the way. Now, I think it's going to be a successful attempt. It's going to be a successful supply run. But there's going to be dangers along the line. And that's basically how I think this episode is going to be structured. It's just going to be both of these working together. Maybe We go back and forth between these storylines throughout the episode. Also, in addition to that, there is a sneak peek that's released for the opening minutes that shows a flashback of the communities during the 6-year time jump, which is unexpected. I will be doing a standalone video talking just about the sneak peek. That's definitely going to be another part of the story. We're going to see some flashbacks, which is going to be very, very interesting. I think that's basically the structure. That's pretty much how everything is going to go. In terms of how the episode is going to end, either we're going to see the episode end with seeing Henry sneak out, going after Lydia and the Whisperers, maybe Daryl going with him or going after him or whatever. Or we could see the end of the episode be more hopeful in a way where we have the kingdom being successful in their dangerous quest for their supply run. But that's pretty much it. I don't think we're going to see anything else. I don't think we're going to see Alexandria in this episode. Maybe in flashbacks, but not in current time. And that's basically my prediction for this episode. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video. If you like what you see, press like, subscribe for more content, and press the bell button to receive notifications for daily uploads. And while you're at it, check out my gaming channel, Jedi Age Gaming.